welcome to the podcast that's coronavirus free since 1993. Hashtag just saying. Oh my goodness. Okay. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Twitter. Okay. For the audio folks, you can watch the first 20 to 30, however many we feel like giving you on YouTube. And while you're there, subscribe, like, ring the bell, Joe. And
ding.
I know. I want to hear some dings out there. And
ding-a-ling.
Get that ding-a-ling going. And for the YouTube folks, you can listen to the entire show. So many places, but here's a few suggestions. iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, Anchor, Spotify.
Spot us.
Okay. That's everything. I got it all out of the way now. Because we're going to crack this egg. I had a big egg to crack. Okay? I am up against the thing. I had today off from work. Today being Friday when we record the show.
Friday the 13th.
It is Friday the 13th. Jason's going to get you, but so will the virus. So, here we go.
Even Jason's afraid of it.
Oh, yeah. Jason called off Friday the 13th because he didn't want to.
This whole thing is fucking ridiculous.
We're going to get there, buddy. We are so going to get there. I got so much to. We're going to go. Here we go.
So bad, I'm already swearing.
I know. Sean's swearing early. That's a bad sign. So, I had today off from work. I had a bunch of crap I wanted to do today, and the weather fouled me up. Okay? So, I said, I'm not going to do any of that crap because I'm not...
Now the sun's out.
I know, but because I'm working now. Now I'm working, so I'm not allowed to...
Crappy and rainy all day, and then...
Yes. So now, it's sun. I do like how, with the time change and the equinox, the way that life works, it's lighter, a little bit later, all the time. Like it was
3 times fast.
And I can't. I could barely get it out the first time. It's lighter, longer, later. That's the best I can do for you. And it's nice. I know. La vida loca. So, having said that, okay, so I had today off from work. The weather stymied me. I was not able to do the things that I wanted to do, but there were some things that I needed to get at the store. Okay? Here we go. So, I meant to get up and go to the store early. I talked to a friend of mine last night who informed me that it was going to be a horror scene and told me, get there when they open. And I said, I am not going to get to the supermarket. I'm not going to be like Jack Nicholson in The Shining. Here's Johnny. I'm not going to be doing that. I can't bring myself to do it. It's not like it's Christmas. I'm like, you guys got any Elmos in there? I'm not doing it.
Elmo. Tickle me.
Touch it. So, yes. So, yeah. So, I was like, I'm gonna go there when I get there. I'll be there when I'm there. I said I'm not getting up at the butt crack of dawn and waiting outside the store for them to open. And she's like, okay. So I managed to. I slept in a little bit because my husband has kept me up snoring all week. Again. And even with the shove method, it's not working. Whenever he snores, I give him a little shove. And then he rolls over and he looks at me and says, what? And I say, you're snoring again. Was I? Yes. And he's like, oh.
Well, why would you say that if he wasn't?
And then he just doesn't, he's not aware of it. He's like, I don't believe it. So he'll roll to a new position and hopefully not snore for a little while so that I can fall asleep. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it doesn't. So he kept me up a little bit last night. So I used today to catch up on some sleep. Is what I used today for. So I finally managed to wake up around 9, I think. It was somewhere between 8:30 and 9. And I kind of lounged around for a little while because I'm like, I'm not in a hurry. You know, my other errands were stripped from me because of the rain. So I'm like, all I have to do is go to the store. So I showered, I got ready, I let the dog out to poop. And then I took off for the store. I got there, it was 11 o'clock. Okay. And I managed, I drove around, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting. But I got a spot that wasn't far from the door. So my brain went, oh, this isn't bad at all. You look at you, you got a spot near the front. This is going to be good. It's going to be good.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah, I went wrong thinking it was going to be good. So I walk in. There's maybe 20 carriages left, if. So I grab a carriage. And I'm like, okay. And then I look, because when you walk in, and then you look to your left, that's where the registers are. So I look over and I went, oh, fuck off. The registers were packed. Packed. The lines for the registers were going down aisles. And I'm like, this isn't going to be good at all. My hope was that people were not buying the shit that I was there to buy. Mm-hmm. That was all I was thinking. I'm like, well, hopefully they're not here to get Gatorade because I'm here for that. And I need iced tea, and hopefully they're not here for that either.
Or him.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or him. Oh, what? Oh, iced tea, yeah. Can't have iced tea.
Without iced tea.
Iced tea's out there panic buying.
I always want to have an iced tea with iced tea.
I bet that would be fun. Yes. Having an iced tea with iced tea?
Yep.
I feel like it'd be, he'd be cordial. Be like, oh, wasn't there a Lipton commercial with him and iced tea a while ago? I feel like there was. I feel like there was. Anyway, so I was like, okay, so my mission at this point was to get the very few things on my list and get out of the store. All right. Now here's the thing. I don't know. We have people from all over who listen to this show, so I don't know how much I need to explain. So I'll just explain a little bit. So with the...
Explain how.
I know, I'm going to try. Explain how. $20 can buy mini peanuts.
Explain how.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Woo!
So with this coronavirus thing going around,
Boom!
And we're so going to get into that more, because I have plenty to say about it. I know. But...
Elmo pissed too.
I know. So... Oh, Sean. So people are, afraid that they're going to be quarantined or whatever, so everybody's panic buying. So...
Really panic.
Really, really panic buying.
Like it's the end of the world.
I sent a photo of one of the aisles to my sister, and she goes, fucking hell, it's like Blizzard. And I was like, this is beyond nor'easter shopping. Because we had a blizzard here, we call it a nor'easter. This is beyond nor'easter shopping. I was like, people, this is like,
This is worse than the bread and milk thing.
Yeah, I know. I was like, this is like...
2 snowflakes. Shit, get the bread and milk.
This is like Armageddon shopping.
Yeah.
Right? So...
Gosh.
I know. So... I go down a few aisles. I'm managing to get the things that I need, but I'm looking at other people, and they're like grabbing armfuls of shit. I'm like, what? Seriously? Okay, so here's a great example. I needed rice, okay? So I went down the rice aisle, which also happens to share with the pasta. The pasta aisle and the rice aisle, same aisle. I go in, I'm looking...
It didn't come out.
I'm looking at the rice, and then my eyes look over. The pasta is gone. All of it. It's gone. And I went, what the fuck? People really... Well, I mean, I can see that because pasta's not going to...
I thought this was just with toilet paper.
No.
Now it's getting worse.
No. Pasta. If you want pasta, you fucking shit.
You better be Italian.
You're done, son. I've always wanted to try to make my own pasta. Perhaps this is the time.
That would make Gordon Ramsay so proud.
Yeah, wouldn't it though? Wouldn't it? That's my life.
Fresh homemade.
Trying to make Gordon Ramsay fucking proud of me. Be like, good for you, America. So all the pasta was gone, and I was just looking at it, I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's a couple of, like, the long spaghetti in the back, and I'm looking at it.
Unwanted spaghetti.
No, I know, the unwanted linguine. I'm the unwanted linguine. Come eat me. So there's this little woman, and she's trying to climb the shelves so that she can get the unwanted linguine, right?
Spider-Man.
Yeah. So this guy comes along, and he wants to be her fucking hero. So he stops, and he goes, you need some help? Need some help with that? And she goes, yeah, I'm standing on, like, the bottom, too, and I can't reach it. And he's like, I'll get that for you. And he's like, how many do you need? And she goes, all of it.
That's when you walk away.
I
can't help you.
I started laughing. I couldn't stop myself. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I grabbed my 3 things of rice and put them in there. I was like, okay. And I just kept going. I did stop. I didn't need... I knew it was futile, but I wanted to see the toilet paper aisle. So I stopped and I turned down the toilet paper aisle real quick. Gone. Right? The only thing left was, like, shitty...
Tumbleweed?
Yeah, little tumbleweeds going across. And the tidy bowl man, he's like, fuck you. So, there's, like, the store brand toilet paper. And...
The unwanted toilet paper?
The unwanted toilet paper. So here's the thing. They're not paying us, so I'm not going to say.
With me.
I don't spare no expense when it comes to that kind of thing. I don't cut corners. There's a specific brand that I use. It's supple. It's soft. I like it.
It makes my bum happy.
It makes my bottom sing. I am happy. My bottom is happy. Everybody's happy. So I don't use that store brand one-ply shit. Get out of here with that bullshit. But people were buying it. They were grabbing handfuls of it and throwing it in their cart. They did not care. It was insane. I was like, wow. Don't even have, like, any kind of, scruples about it. They're just like, I got armfuls of toilet paper. So, I was just shaking my head. But, you know what? It was interesting. The only thing that, I was finding the whole thing interesting. But, is, like, how polite everybody was. And not just, like, polite.
A polite riot?
People were like, oh, after you. Oh, excuse me. Do you need help with that? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I've never seen people so polite in a grocery store before.
I know, you gotta be like George Costanza. Fire! Fire! Stop pushing people and grandma out of the way.
I kind of wanted to see that. A little bit of me was like, I want to see a little bit of chaos.
Just don't do it to me.
I want to see a little bit of chaos. So I was like, I was a little disappointed. There was no chaos. So I finished the shopping and I got to the checkout line, which was horrendous. Now, I wish I'd gone with a buddy because what people were doing was getting in line with their cart and then sending the buddy shopping to get other stuff. And I was like, that's brilliant. Like,
yes.
Couldn't I come with a buddy? Be like, dude, go get me some Wheaties. I'm going to stay here in line. This woman sent her, I don't know if it was her friend or sister or whatever. So this woman sent the person she was with, and she's like, go get eggs. And she looked get the eggs. She's very serious, right? So this woman runs to go get eggs. Right. She comes back, I'm not bullshitting, with about 15 cartons of eggs. I was like, are you fucking serious? So
that's probably all that was left on the shelf, too.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't go down that aisle. I didn't need anything down that aisle. I was just sitting there. I was like, oh, my God, this is insane.
Yes.
And I'm like, here's the thing. When people, panic buying is like a domino thing. Because once people start panic buying and other people realize that people are panic buying, they panic buy because people are panic buying. Mm-hmm. It's a domino thing. Like, if you go like, oh no, everybody's buying eggs and toilet paper. That means there's not going to be any left. So I have to go to the store and buy eggs and toilet paper now. Like, that's how it is. It's insane. I was kind of like, do you work at a bakery? Because she had a lot of fucking eggs. And, like, eggs do go bad after a while. Like, I can see...
There's dates on them.
Yeah. I can see, like...
I think you have a couple weeks from when you buy them.
Yeah, I mean, you can stretch it out a little bit, but not too much. I mean, because then they start to get real funky when you cut them open.
Smell like a fart.
Yeah. So I can understand, like, stockpiling pasta. Because pasta, I mean, you'll make it, like, a year with pasta. But, I mean, like, eggs, that stuff goes bad. And this woman, in another line, had a shitload of fruit. And I'm like, that's not really a practical purchase because it's going to go bad.
Yes.
I mean, you better eat that fruit. Are you going to, like, cut it up and freeze it?
You better eat that shit.
Yeah, and here's the thing that I was thinking of while I was in the store, right? And secondly, like, everybody in line, like, this was the thing when you were in line. So you're in line, whatever person gets behind you, it's customary to turn and go, do you believe this? Do you believe this? Like, you have to get validation from strangers. I was literally in line, and the person in front of me turned around and goes, do you believe this? And I went, I don't.
I had that yesterday.
Really?
I went into the Walmart in Quincy.
Yeah.
And I went to get kitty litter, which was near where the toilet paper and stuff is.
Oh, big mistake.
Well, it wasn't a chaos thing.
Yeah.
But I decided, okay, I'm near where the toilet paper is. Let's see what they're like.
Yeah.
I turned into the area. This whole shelf on the left side, this whole shelf on the right side, top and bottom. Mm-hmm. Bare. I could hear crickets, and I could picture a tumbleweed going by.
Oh my gosh.
And I got to the other end of it.
Yeah.
And there was this lady coming towards me to go in the aisle.
Right.
And she literally looked in and went...
Big gaping open mouth? Yeah.
Yes. And I said, yes, this whole virus thing's chaotic, isn't it?
It is.
She's like, I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping there'd be something in here.
I wish you were filming. That sounds hilarious. So, sure, she's like...
But her eyes bugged
out.
out.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. So she turned around and she's like, you believe this? And I'm like, I do not believe this at all. This is insane. This is insane. Right?
It is.
So then somebody got behind me, and I did the exact same thing. I turned around and I was like, do you believe this? And they were like, I really don't. This is crazy.
And
I'm
they
like,
passed it on to them. They passed
right.
on.
That's right. And everybody kept commenting to the person who got in line behind them. And I find it so funny. This is like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Do you believe this is crazy?
I know what would make this funnier.
Oh, what?
They did it to you. You did it to them.
I did do it to them, yeah.
And then they do it to the next person who's standing there with like 15 things or something. Yeah, this is crazy. Like he's one of the people that's making them crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this is chaotic, isn't it?
Oh, I know. Now, my friend Tina had gone to the store, I think Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday. I might get that wrong. It doesn't matter.
Happy days.
Tuesday, Wednesday. No, these are not happy days. Everything's gone. No. So she went to the store for like one thing. So she was in an express checkout, right? So and there's a guy behind her, and he only has a few things. So there's a lady in front of her that has a ton of paper towels and like 3 or 4 things of toilet paper, right? So my friend is like looking and she's like, mm-hmm. And the guy behind her goes, this is crazy. Right? Like I told you. You have to comment on how crazy everything is. She's like, this is crazy. And she turned around and she's like, yeah, I know. This is fucking crazy. And she goes, I don't understand what people are doing. And he goes, yeah. And then he looks forward and sees this little lady with a shit ton of paper towels and a shit ton of toilet paper. And he goes, boy, these people, what are they going to be eating chili when they're going? He's like, you need that much toilet paper? You don't need that much toilet paper. Like, he's like yelling at the woman. And she looks pissed. She's like,
Maybe he's trying to get her mad enough to throw something at towards them.
Hadn't thought of that. Be like, pass it here.
If you get them mad enough to throw it at you, then you get some.
Nice. I hadn't thought of the aggravated assault with toilet paper, but that is.
Don't
good.
worry, don't press charges. Thank you. Woo! Score.
Mine.
Winning.
Yeah. So stores are insane, And I have a couple of Facebook friends who work at a local supermarket, local-ish, and people were outside. At 7 a.m. they had 150 people outside waiting to go in. And he's like, I don't know what they're here to buy. We don't have anything. And a friend of Jay's who lives down Cape Cod, sorry. Some people don't know. It's down the Cape is Cape Cod. He lives down the Cape, and they went to Trader Joe's, and everything's gone from Trader Joe's too. And it's like, here's the thing, right? I was thinking about this on the way home. We don't live in a third world country, okay? You will not be out of food. You will not, right? If by some chance you contract something and you are quarantined, it is very easy to go online and have groceries delivered to your house.
Right, Joe?
Right. Poor Joe who works at Peapod told me people weren't willing to open their door to him. Just leave it on the step. Leave it on the step.
Hey, ask for Joe and give him a good tip.
Yeah, I know. And not one of those like, hey,
you've seen him on the show. He's a great guy.
Don't sit on a porcupine kind of thing. That's not a good tip. Finance only. So
cash, please.
I know.
For our buddy Joe.
Cash on the barrelhead. So you
COD.
can get groceries delivered to your door. There are supermarkets that do that. You can order groceries online at Walmart, drive to the store, and literally just have them come out and put groceries in your car. You don't even have to speak to anybody. You can have pizza, Chinese food. You can use DoorDash. Get whatever restaurant you want delivered to your door. You do not have to stockpile food. You will not be without food.
Right. Stop with the panicking. It's
the panic buying that's fucking over the grocery stores because they can only put on the shelf what the warehouses have. And if the warehouses don't have a shit ton of toilet paper, we're going to be without toilet paper until the manufacturer can get it there. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, and all this made me think about something like that.
Yeah?
In the sense of everybody's going out and hoarding all this shit.
Right.
What are the older people going to do? The elderly that go shopping for themselves. They're not going to have shit because everyone's going to hoard everything for themselves.
Right. And
these poor old people need to go eat too. They need to wipe themselves too.
Probably more so.
They're going to have to go stock up on the pens now because there's no...
We should all just do that. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. Don't you ever pee? Depends. But I get it because it's like
we're screwing it up for them too.
Elderly people are the ones who are more susceptible to this virus.
And they were here before us.
It's the elderly, the people with existing conditions. Those are the people who are dying. If you are healthy,
sure. Give them a roll.
If you're healthy, you really don't... I mean, be cautious. I'm not telling you have nothing to worry about. But your mortality rate is much, much lower than somebody who's like 85.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's weird because everybody's just going crazy. They're closing schools. The NHL is canceled. The Major League Soccer has canceled. What else is... they've canceled the Boston Marathon, which I was waiting... I was waiting for the Boston Marathon to be canceled. I'm like, people come from all over the world for that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to allow that to happen.
Well, pretty much the same people win anyways. It's not much of a race.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. The St. Patty's Parade in Boston canceled. I mean, I could give two shits about that, but other people do. They've canceled Comic-Cons. They've canceled the Boston Comic-Con. Sorry, Joe. And...
I can see him now. What? No!
Yes. Oh, here's the other interesting thing, right? Is all these things are being canceled. Like, comedians are canceling shows. Broadway has shut down. Broadway has shut down.
Damn broad.
There are no Broadway plays happening.
Why don't we all just stay in our homes and just do nothing?
Billy Joel canceled some concerts. Concerts are being canceled. I know, and it's just...
So we're going to stop life because of this?
I'm all for that. I am 100% willing to stay in my house all the time. I don't care. It's just, I find it, I mean, it's...
Well, just today, my girlfriend got a phone call from her son's school.
Yep.
He's going to be out for the next 2.5 weeks.
Yep.
Because they're closing that. And she got an email from her daughter's school saying that she's going to be out for about 2 weeks.
Right. Now, my issue with that is that if school, they have closed some schools, and I'm sure we'll see more closings.
Oh, yeah.
As things spread. But the closing with the schools and stuff is that, like, people work.
Yeah,
and
the parents, what are they going to... They got to scramble now to get time off.
Exactly. So you're either going to have to get time off, or you're going to have to secure some kind of, babysitter or something. And not everybody can do that. Not everybody has the money to
right.
put somebody in daycare or do whatever. And it's like, Jesus. And a lot of companies...
Now that schools are closing, I'm sure they can get a lot of babysitters.
I know. Teachers, out-of-work teachers, be like, come on over and watch my kids. But, I mean, like, a lot of companies aren't giving their employees any time. And now I got pulled aside at my work this week, right? And because I was waiting for something. I'm like, what? Because I work a little bit closer to Boston. So my boss pulled me aside and she said, here's what's happening. And I was like, okay, I'm ready. And she goes, you're going to be getting a laptop. And I was like, yes. And she goes, and you're going to, you're going to get it. Then she actually said, like, we'll show you how to work it. And I'm like, I think I can work a fucking well, I don't want to be, I don't want to, like, trump myself up too much and be like, let me toot my horn here and say I know how to work a fucking laptop, but I'm at least 89% sure I can work a fucking laptop. So she's like, we're going to teach you how to, get you going. And then she's like, sign it. You have to bring it home, sign into the network to make sure that you can connect. And then they're supposed to give me an adapter because she was like, we're going to give you a monitor. And I'm like, dude, I have like 3 monitors in my house. I don't need a monitor. So they're supposed to give me an adapter for the laptop so I can run multiple screens.
Right.
So that'll be fun. And she's like, and so basically, they're trying to minimize the amount of time people are spending in the office so that they minimize germ spread. And I'm like, we should do this all the time. Because, I don't like getting a cold. So she goes, I want you here on, like, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you work from home.
Woo!
And then she goes, and this is the funny part. And then she goes, and I'll let you decide if you want to come to the office more often or if you want to just work from home. Blah, blah, blah. I know.
Let me think.
So
if I stay home, I won't have to deal with traffic.
If I stay home, I don't have to put on pants. I can be pantless.
If I stay home, I won't be late.
I can be pantless.
I'll always be on time.
I'll be pantless and on time.
I misplaced my pants.
Oh, I burned them. So
I am streaking through the house.
I need juice. So I was laughing about that. I'm like, if you give me a choice, the choice is easy, right? So that's supposed to happen next week, and then she's like, and then we'll see how long, and I'm like, maybe forever? Mm-hmm. Maybe? You'll realize that I don't need to come in here for the bullshit that I do. My only thing with that is that it's gonna make calling in very difficult, because it's just gonna be like, well, if you have, if you have a hurt tummy, you can just you just run to your bathroom and then come back to work, and I'm like, oh fuck. Because that's one of the few things you can call in to work with, and they can't really they're not. Nobody really messes with diarrhea.
At least once you still gotta call. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm so sorry.
I'm like, I am so sorry. Yeah. So
I'm so sorry.
It's gonna be interesting. I was
not coming back in.
I know. Curses. I was supposed to get it on Friday today, but I was out. So she's like, all right, well, come into the office on Monday, and then you can get the laptop.
But you said Tuesday.
I know, which is what I was saying. I was like, wait, am I supposed to come in Monday, or do you not want me here? And she's like...
Can I just come in and get the laptop and leave? Or do I have to stay here?
I know. Oh, okay. This is, I was going to tell this story. I was going to say this, but all right, I'll say it. No, if you are out in public and you cough or sneeze now, people look at you like,
yeah,
holy shit. It was so funny because my supervisor is a heavy smoker, right? Well, I don't want to say she's a heavy smoker. She's a serious smoker. And so she was like in a store and she's got like a smoker cough, right? Yeah. And somebody literally looked at her and was like, how long you had that cough? And she goes...
24 years.
Yeah, I know. 18
What's
years.
it to you?
18 years, dearie. How long you've had your face?
The blessing.
Yeah. So that was kind of... She's like, people look at you when you cough. So if you're in public and you want people to stay away from you, just... And it's... Whoa. That's how you get people to stay away. I saw a photo, and this is brilliant. This is an introvert. By the way, these times that we're in right now, this virus and this scare, this is like an introvert's wet dream. Because introverts are like, whoo-hoo, welcome to the party. Or lack thereof. So this guy in Italy's completely shut down. They are all quarantined, right? This guy in Italy had to go out. He made this little fucking thing that he put around him, and it's at least 3 feet. It's like a huge circle, and he slid it over himself, so he was walking, and people have to maintain like a 4-foot thing from him, and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I would wear that not even being sick. I would just wear that to wear it.
That'd be a little hard to get through the doorway, though.
I mean, you're not going through any doors. Although you can tip it sideways, I guess. I don't...
As long as you don't go with it.
Be like...
Be on the ground like this with kicking your legs. Help!
And nobody's going to help you because nobody wants to touch anybody.
Exactly.
You're like, these are not good times if you like to be touched.
I'd help you, but I don't have gloves.
Yeah. Get my mask. Get it. Oh, my goodness.
A little help? Nope.
Feet wiggling. Help me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, shit. Okay. I'll tell you this real quick. Because I like... shit. That's it. So, I was hanging out with a friend of mine last night, and I said... First of all, she came to my house, and I was like, are you corona-free? And I was like, I know you work in the healthcare industry. You better be corona-free. She's like, I disinfected. So, we were hanging out, and we got some dinner, and then I was telling her about this show that I started watching. I was like, I think you have to watch this show because you're a parent, and I think that you'd appreciate it. And she's like, okay. It's a show. It's on FX. It's called Breeders. It stars Martin Freeman. If you know Martin Freeman, he was in Sherlock, and he was also he was Agent Ross in some of the Marvel movies, and that's all that I know him from. He was a Hobbit. If that helps anybody, he was a Hobbit. Anyway, it is the most realistic take on parenting that I've ever seen, right? It's a very, very dark comedy, and it has a lot of swearing, so don't watch it with...
Shit.
Yes. Oh, and it's British, so they...
even better.
Yeah, because they drop C-bombs like...
Nice.
Like it's casual. So, the very first episode, I'm not going to give you the whole thing. I'm just going to give you a little taste of what this show is about. So, the very first episode, they can't get the kids to fall asleep. So, he's pissed, right? So they're upstairs playing, and he's trying to work. So, he literally walks up the stairs, and he's trying to calm himself down, like center himself. He's like, all right, don't yell. Just walk in. It'll be all right. Just calm down. Don't yell, because then you apologize. And then they, it's not going to work. Yep. So and then they like start screaming. So by the time he gets to the door, he literally whips open the door and he goes, "The fucking noise!" And I started laughing my ass off, right? So then they show him he's downstairs. He's downstairs. He's sitting on the steps, and he's talking to his wife, and he's like, sweetie, because I don't remember her name. He's like, sweetie. He's like, I love them. I would die for them, but I really want to punch them in the face. And she goes, some nights I wonder what duvet I could smother them with. And then without missing a beat, he goes, the tiger one. It's heavier. It's the whole show is like that. It's very funny. I'm not doing it justice because they have English accents, so it's funnier. But I played it for a friend of mine, and she goes, this is good. And then she goes, this is the most... Because she we were talking, and I was like, I hate those unrealistic shows where they're like, let's put Timmy in timeout. And let's, let's everybody share. And these...
sit there and think about what you did, young man.
Yeah, and these are...
I'm thinking, Dad.
Yeah, I know. And these are...
way out of here.
These are people who are literally like, I'm going to murder you right now. Like, sometimes you say inappropriate things.
Go ahead, tempt me.
Sometimes you say inappropriate things. You can't help it. So... you should check that out if that's your kind of thing. I've been watching it this week. It's funny as fuck. Oh my goodness. So, we're gonna say goodbye to you two folks. Goodbye. Don't forget to subscribe since you're already here. Ring the bell, Joe. Hit like if you like. Hit like if you like.
We like you too.
We will see you next time. Don't forget to get your toilet paper. If you can.
Share with the older people.
Share with the older people. Hey, have a square to spare. See you next time. Sean's got something to tell you. Tell him, Sean.
Have a good everything. Like she said, share your square.